I'm Martha Mincey. I married my husband in April 1958. We had 4 children. The oldest daughter passed away 8 years ago this December. And I have 5 grandchildren. And I live with one of my granddaughters, where she lives with me, really. And I've been in Chicago now for 58 years. I was born in Tennessee, worked on a farm for 40 cents an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we got a chance to come up here, well, he's from Tennessee, my husband's Alvin, he's from Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And so we came up here when we were married about 3 months, and we've lived here ever since. Well, I first encountered a Bethany Baptist was in 1995. My daughter and her fiance was members here. And then in 95, in April the 29th, they're the first couple that Pastor Rob married, was Sandra and Dennis Rodriguez. So they had moved on, but she had been trying to get me and her father, to come here. And I laugh and tell everybody, I don't know if you remember, but the first time we were here, he's been a diabetic for 58 years when he died. And just standing up and sitting down brought his blood pressure down so low, I said, people will say the church will fall in. So after that, Pastor Rob would say, anybody don't need to stand up, And I thought about it every day. It wasn't something, that I didn't think about. And my daughter would say, Mom, you need to get baptized, And my children was pretty much raised in church. Well, I was too. My parents took me to church. But now, I'm going to be honest with you. My parents, if you wrote their names down, they probably wouldn't have recognized it. And so therefore, being like that, I don't have very much education. My daughter's got me tapes to listen to the Bible, but then, so I'm not making excuses, and I am not ashamed of my life.
No, that's great. I mean, however you are able to receive God's word,
yeah,
right?
Right.
It touches your heart, fills your spirit. That's what matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my daughter that passed away, she had her daughter in church, and I had been with First Baptist Church in Indiana, and we got a preacher from there to preach her funeral, and that's when I got saved. It was the 5th day of January 2009. That was her funeral. That is just, everybody's just like a family almost, and everybody's so down to earth, and, we all believe in the same God, With my daughter and son-in-law, they came with us the first time I had been into church several times for her wedding and everything, but now they're all going to come to see me baptized. Is that all right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've never been baptized, so I really don't, the way we were in Tennessee, they take you out in the river and you be baptized. Probably thought about it for the past 8 years. Something would, And then when he said they were having the baptism on January the 1st, Pastor Rick, I told Irma then, I said, I want to be baptized. And she So I waited till last week and talked to him about it. So. Here's the way I look at it. I'm a sinner. I'm on my way to becoming a good Christian, I hope, and living for God, you know. So I do know quite a bit about the Bible that I have just, you know, really taught myself and everything, and I do, you know, try to live right. Well, you know, I mean, I always lived a pretty decent life, you know, but I know I'm living right now, that I'm, you know, that, I mean, I know that you can be a decent person, but if you don't get saved, then, you know, that's the way I want to go. I want to be saved. I want to know that I'll meet my daughter there, you know, my husband.